everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Monday. Welcome to another day in my 2022 holiday card series. I'm not doing a card today. I'm not doing a card today, and let me tell you why. So I had planned out all of the month of December. Like I had, we did a gingerbread week. I wanted to do a whole week of just home decor. I wanted to do a Yeti week. We're going to do a nativity week. Like I had all of these big plans. So I pre-film because I'm disabled and I film when I feel like I can film. And so Saturday I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready to sit down and film. So for Yeti week, I was going to stamp all my images at once and then color them for each video. So I like to use the Stamparatus for that. So I don't support, like I'm no longer a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. They're an MLM. It icks me out a little bit. But I had the Stamparatus and I've been using it because I love it. I feel like it's the most versatile of all of them on the market. It comes with 2 plates that you can switch around. You basically have 4 different stamping surfaces on one tool. So I was stamping on Saturday and I could not figure out why I was not getting a crisp image on one of my images. And it was one that was kind of in the middle. And it took, like, I wasted probably 2 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper going, why can't I get this done? And I thought, well, maybe the stamp is more shallow than the other ones. Nope, they were all the same depth, etc. So I'm like, okay, what is wrong with this? So I flip it up on its side and I could literally see a divot or so it was flat. It's supposed to be flat, but like on the left hand side it was raised and then we divoted in the middle and we came back up, and that's why I wasn't able to get the ones that were in the middle stamped. So I was like, oh my word, are you kidding me? And of course it's out of warranty. I've had that thing since it launched. But, so I tried to use my Misty. I was really struggling. And the whole idea of using the Stamparatus was that I had a lot of more surface area to use, so it wouldn't be so labor intensive for me. So I finally just got irritated and was like, nope. So one of the videos I had planned this month was to do, to color 2 sweet nutcrackers as like wall art. And that's what we're going to do today. So I went on the hunt for a Misty and a Tim Holtz. Of course, this is all after Black Friday, so nothing's on sale. The Misty site showed that they had open box stock, but when you clicked on it, they didn't. It's $79 on Amazon. The Tim Holtz one was $85 on Amazon, and the Stampin' Up! One is still $49. So I bought another Stamparatus. Hopefully it'll ship before Christmas. I didn't pay for next day shipping. I probably should have, but hopefully it'll get here before Christmas. But I have someone on the hunt for the big mini Misty for me to see. Even if I get it used, I would be fine with that. But yeah, I was just so aggravated. The Yetis are going to have to come after Christmas. And I think that's okay because Yetis, they're not necessarily for Christmas. I mean, they're just for the winter, right? I mean, what was his name in the Minions movie? I mean, that wasn't Christmas. So yeah. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I colored these really cute, adorable nutcrackers. If you've been on Instagram at all, like if you get sucked into the reels, like one thing that seems to be very, very, very popular this year is Pinkmas, where everybody decorates in pink or pastels. I've seen hundreds of reels of those gingerbread houses from At Home or the ones from Home Goods. And so pastel colors, pinks, those are what's popular for this year. So if you follow me for a long time, you know that we decorate in purple and silver. And that's what we normally do for the main living area. We're not doing that this year, unfortunately, but that's what we normally do. But for the last 10 years, I've wanted a white Christmas tree. I wanted a white Christmas tree because I wanted it to go in our front window in our dining room. And I thought I would make it like treat themed, like a Candyland theme, like that's blown up. So I thought I would color these in the style that would, that tree would be. That way, when we get to the point where we decorate the dining room for Christmas next year or whatever, I will already have some art ready to go. And then I bought the 2 wooden nutcracker porch signs at Michael's that come just raw wood. I'm going to be painting those for in front of my fireplace. Maybe we'll do that as a video next year. So yeah, all of that to say, my Stamparatus broke. It made me mad, so I'm probably doing digital all week. So we'll see. This is Sunday. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, so this is going to be a lot of coloring. So if you're not interested in coloring, I get it. I understand. I still hope you'll consider subscribing if you haven't already, and follow me over on Instagram. But yeah, other than that, let's head over to Craft Table, and I'm going to walk you through how I colored this really cute and sweet nutcracker. They turned out so freaking cute. I can't even, they're flipping cute. I can't even with myself. All right, guys, let's go. And I apologize. I didn't realize that intro was going to turn into a 5-minute rant. So I apologize for that. All right. So this image is from, I want to say it's LTS Doodles. I will have the Etsy shop linked in the description box down below. Her art is adorable. She has all her little ghost. You guys know I don't really love Halloween or making Halloween projects, but her little ghost tempted me for sure. They are so stinking cute. Her art is just adorable. So this artwork is a couple years old, I think. I had it on my list, my Etsy save later cart for at least a year before I just finally bit the bullet, because I just thought it was adorable. And this was the idea that I had the entire time it was in my cart. I was like, this would make really fun, cute, like art, table art, wall art, whatever. We have a pretty huge entertainment center in our living room. And my initial idea was to do this in purples and silvers. And I may still do that, but this one for sure is going to go in the dining room if it survives. As long as I don't mess it up. I did scan them so I can clean them up a little bit, because it's me, and I either color out of the line a little bit or pick up another color a little bit. So yeah, so I used the BGs. I used R's for corals. I did some RVs for pink, some violets for purple, and then I did some really light ease for his face and his hands, because he's wood, and you can stain wood darker for sure, but I went ahead and went light and then went dark on his hair rather than doing white hair, because I hate coloring white hair. I hate it. You guys know I hate using gray on white hair because I feel like it makes it dingy. That's just me. A lot of people do that, and that's cool, but I just don't like the look of that. And I was like, I can't use my teals because I'm using those, and then I was going to use a blue to go around it, so I was like, you know what, we're going to go brown. And if you notice that washi tape line, that is normally my line where I stay above that line when I'm filming, but I went ahead and pulled this back, zoomed out, that way I would catch all of it, because my biggest concern was like being out of frame. And I managed not to be out of frame at all while coloring. So yeah, it's been a weird couple of days. I don't know if I'm coming down with something, or I don't know, but I've been super tired. Like yesterday, I took a 3-hour nap and then was ready to go to bed like at 10 o'clock. I don't think it's like, I don't know if I'm coming down with something. Like our allergies have been all over the place, our sinuses, because our weather has just been warm and humid this week. The other day I was like, can we just turn on the air conditioner? I'm so hot. It's so humid. So we ran the air conditioner for a day and then turned it back off. I was like, even if we're just taking off getting some of the humidity out of the house, it's been rough. Another thing that's been rough is Roxy. You guys know I love her. And, but she started scratching our carpet, the carpet, in our bedroom. Like right where the transition is, it literally just started that. And she's been with us since 2016. And she has a scratching post that she uses all the time. So I was like, what in the world? But she does it when she's mad. If we don't do what she wants if we don't do what she wants us to do, then that's her retaliation. So I found some of this double-sided tape on Amazon that you're supposed to put on it's meant for furniture, but Rob put it on the transition of our carpet, and he stepped on it 3 or 4 times, but she has learned that it's there, and she hasn't scratched it all today. She doesn't even like going by it, because she's like, there's something there that I don't like. So I guess it's doing its job. But yeah, I was like, why is she starting that now? She's never been one to scratch before. Now she eats plastic. You guys know that. She comes in here and she eats plastic. So I've just started having to keep her out unless I'm in here. because I'm like, you can't chew on everything. Some of this stuff, like there's a couple of envelopes. Some of you may have gotten, if you purchase cards, some of you may have gotten an envelope with little teeth marks. I'm like, oh my word, this cat, I love her, but good gravy. So for the shoes, I did darkest on the bottom and then dark again where the kind of crease of his foot would be. And yeah, I love coloring with Copics, but my biggest complaint about them is they don't have good purples. Like they need to expand their purples so much. And I need to get a refill for my R20. It's just about dry. So that's going on the list. So you guys will have to let me know if this is something that you would be interested in if I put it in the shop, like prints or something. Like, just let me know. Because I know a lot of you like, when I color. I know a lot of people don't, but some people do. And so I was just interested if this is something you guys would be interested in if I sold prints in the shop. I honestly don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I honestly don't know if I'm going to keep that Etsy going. I honestly don't know. They take 30% out in fees, and then you have to pay postage. And then so, and it's free postage over $35. And then it's like, people are taken aback when it's like $3.50 for one card. And it's like, well, if you want it tracked and it comes as a package, 1 ounce is $3.50. Like I'm not making money on shipping whatsoever. In fact, I'm losing money on cards. And that's why I'm like, do I even want to keep this up? Is this even what I want to do anymore? So I don't know. You guys will have to let me. I know a lot of you like them, but and if I did it, it would be like I'd move to Shopify or, have set up a blog where you could order there. It just wouldn't be going through Etsy. I don't want those fees. I don't want those fees anymore. It's good if you're new and starting out. That way people will see where you are. But yeah. I'm also trying to decide what my schedule is going to be going forward for 2023. It's not going to be 3 days a week. I can promise you that. I'm just proud of myself that it looks like, hopefully I'm not jinxing myself. I'm knocking wood. It looks like I'm going to make it to the end of the year without having to, without having to stop. Because the last couple of years I've only made it to like November and then I've had to stop again. So yeah. So for my white in my lollipop, I'm using like B quadruple zero and B triple zero. And then I'm going to use that on the stick as well. And that's actually what I'm going to also use to outline him. Outline his body. You guys know I like to have a little halo. Initially, I thought maybe I would do some distress inking around him. And then I was like, no. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll cut him out and put him against cardstock or like pattern paper. And I was like, well, I don't really have any 12x12 paper. I don't keep it around. So he just stayed like this. He's going to stay like this. So for his face, I'm using really light colors, but I have a heavy hand, especially right here on the lines of his mouth, underneath his beard and his, mustache and his cheeks, and then underneath his hairline. Because if he were a traditional nutcracker and he was real wood, then those would be the areas that would be deeper because those are the areas that move or are glued on. So that's my thought process for coloring him like this. And I really love I really love this. I love how he turned out. I'm so pleased with this one. The other one, not so much, but this one turned out really cute. I guess I could pop a picture up of the other one at the end so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I was trying to do it like the exact opposite of this one and I just screwed up. Story of my life. Plus I was doing it later at night. I need to stop trying to do that. It's like, Misty, you need to stop trying to function when your brain has said, no, ma'am, no. I cannot believe today is Sunday. The last 2 weeks have gone by super fast. I was supposed to see my neurosurgeon on Wednesday. I called last week to get an appointment and I thought it would be like the first of the year, like January, maybe in February. And she's like, he actually has an appointment next Wednesday. I was like, sign me up. But then they called me the next day and was like, we can't do that day, but we can do, I think it's like the week of the week of Christmas or the week after Christmas. I honestly can't remember. I need to put it on my calendar or my planner. So I was like, thank goodness, because my biggest concern was like, I want to see him. And if I can, I want to see him this month, so I don't have to pay for a visit right in January. So I'm not excited to see him, but I do have results from the 3 MRIs that I did. And it's going to be interesting to have, sit down and have a heart to heart about what's next. So if you're interested in any of that, that's over on my At Home with Misty channel. I talk about more about the results and what the plan is. So, yeah, I do have an epidural this Friday. They're going to do a steroid epidural in the nerve on my right side. At L4, it's herniated. L4 is herniated and it keeps pinching it. And that's why I've been having so much nerve pain. So we did a rhizotomy and she's like, that does not really help the pain that goes down your leg, the sciatica. And I was like, okay, then I just do something. Fix me, I'm broke. Fix me, I'm broke. So yeah. So I really, really like how his hair and his mustache turned out. I didn't want him to be a ginger, but I wanted him to be a brunette. And I guess he turned out to be more auburn than a true brunette. But I didn't want a competing color, I guess you could say. And so far I've used like pastel kind of cool tones, and I didn't want a competing color. So we are getting down to the end. Once I color his hair, I'm going to add in some shimmer because hello, it's me and I have to. So yeah. I can't believe we're getting so close to Christmas Day. I guess we're not doing anything. Like, we haven't decorated. Rob's been working a ton of overtime. They're down a person anyway, and then a person is out until like after the first of the year. And so he's having to do a lot. And he worked 17 hours this weekend alone. So it's like, when he's done, I don't want him to have to even think about doing like decorating a tree or doing something like that. Just like right now, he's done. He's sitting down. He's watching Sunday Night Football. I just want him to be able to rest. I don't want him to have to worry about it. So this is a sparkle pin from Jelly Roll, and I put it on where it would be metal or buttons. And then later I bring in a Nuvo shimmer pin to go over the candy. So this is B000. And again, I'm just going around and I'm flicking out because I wanted it to look like a halo. I didn't want it to look uniformed. That's the word I'm looking for. And normally I would just kind of go in a circle, but I really wanted to flick it out. And again, it's just a little bit. I didn't want it to be very deep. That's why I went with these really, really, really soft colors. Because I didn't want anything to detract from him, but I wanted him to not just be floating. So this was printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. So it's going to have to be cut down. So I cut this down. I took a quarter inch off each side. And then I cut the top to the plume. And then I cut the rest. It cut off part of his feet, but he fit in real nice. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I really do appreciate you. As I mentioned, this may be a digital week, but I will walk you through everything. And digital are the easiest because you can just, print them off, cut them out, and you're good to go. But that's it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you are in the mood for content, there's years and years and years worth of holiday card series you can watch. I will see you Wednesday for another video. Bye for now.